Remember the banksters wanted the US military to smash the Syrian regime with bombs and missiles? Well, initially, some of their videos were very convincing. At least one of the dead was getting pretty hot and claustrophobic all bundled up in this sheet. Who wouldn't? The odds are not in our favor. The majority in America is too stupid. They have no clue that Barry's minions use reverse psychology on the idiot circuit, who claim that Barry is almost dragged into this war kicking and screaming when he does exactly what he's ordered to do by his masters. And while waging illegitimate, mostly proxy wars, he actually has the stupid media fighting for him. The fools shaking their boots, yet why aren't the Israelis afraid of ISIS? It is not connected to any of their favorite TV shows. The stupid aren't interested. They only want an artificial threat removed. Well, one that the lamestream brainwashed them is a threat.
General McInerney, I mean, what do you say to people who say, you know, if we go in there and we bomb ISIS or, you know, try to take out ISIS, we are then on the side of Syrian President Assad as well as Iran?
Well, that may be partially true, but the real facts are if you help the Free Syrian Army destroy ISIS and to give them strength that they can go put more forces against Bashar-al-Assad's forces, then you have in fact enabled the Free Syrian Army, which we know the right ones, and we're going to enable them to be very successful. So people can say that, but in the reality of life, making the Free Syrian Army stronger is the most important thing in Syria. Syria, we backed, I believe, in some cases, some of the wrong people, and not in the right part of the Free Syrian Army. And that's a little confusing to people.
Everything you clowns do is confusing. The dumbed-down public just doesn't realize it. Trust me, it's by design. But of course you know the right ones. Tom, this is no time to try out for a stand-up comedy routine. You already admitted on national TV that you didn't arm the right ones, which tells me that you are indeed not one of their sharpest tacks. I have the goods on many of your partners in crime. O'Day and Pirro can't stop smirking. These line hustlers are nothing but paid tools, and since they know way too much, may eventually be taken to the shed later. Does Joan Rivers ring a bell?
Which we know the right ones.
So, are you telling us that he invited you along to meet the right ones? Or will he confide in you how he and the criminal banksters already salivate over the planned carnage in Syria and Iraq? If the war machine cranks up, the idiot populace who cheered for yet another PSYOP false flag will find themselves in a state of undeclared martial law. I doubt the clodhoppers have even the slightest idea of what awaits them. Did he mention that the US openly train ISIS at a base in Jordan and support the ravaging beasts to murder Syrian civilians under orders from Israel, whose banksters determine both our domestic and foreign policy and our money supply? Needless to say that they also control the US judiciary. For the public not only do not even be aware, but when they do find out, also not be interested in doing anything about it, is no longer ignorance. It's sheer mind-blowing stupidity.
Has Paul ever been to Syria? Has he ever met with ISIS? Has he ever met with any of these people? No. We're going to have a fight because it's patently false. This is the same Rand Paul that said we didn't want to have anything to do with anything to do in the Middle East, by the way. I don't want to get in a fight with him at all. Yeah. But it's not true. I know these people. I'm in contact with them all the time.
All right, then let me ask you this.
And he is not.
Senator,
McCain, more aptly named McDopey, who never met a camera he didn't like, always making a lot of noise and no sense. Why this fool is frequently on TV instead of being locked up in the loony bin performing for the inmates is hard to understand. Of course he's such a great warmonger and tool for the military-industrial complex. McCain the traitor again. People say that they can't figure him out. I'll help you. He's paid billions of dollars from assorted military contractors. The other Littletons paraded on TV make only a fraction of what old Lumpface here is being paid for his warmongering, yet most of the public hasn't got a clue.